It's methanol testing and tuning time. Let's see if this new setup is going to work. This is my first time getting this plugged in and doing some testing after I got it all hooked up. So my first test I want to do is down here. I haven't actually looked at the UI yet to see if it's going to be different, but let's see if the pump turns on. Like I said, I haven't tried any of this. Oh, come on. Here we go. Force on. This computer is so slow. Oh boy. Ooh. Yep. Yep. The pump definitely works. It's way quieter than I expected. Listen to that. All right, so let's see if there's any status methanol injection live data. Let's see what it says. Okay, so rail pressure 80 pounds. So either something is wrong or my gauge scaling is not right. It should be closer to 200. It's definitely not leaking, so that's a good sign. I am just going to turn this back off again. Where are we at? I'm just going to turn that back off again, see what the gauge says, and pressure is continually dropping, so that is something. Now the problem is I don't have a way to test this. I don't have like a gauge or a test port that goes high enough, so we'll see. One more thing I want to check is the solenoid. So force duty, force injector on, click right here and I'll go 10% duty cycle. Hard to tell if it's actually on or not. Let's turn it back off. Oh, I did definitely hear something. Man, everything is super quiet. Now it may have just sprayed some methanol in there, so I should probably get this running. Let's just get it running for a second. Let it clear it out. Just in case. The engine is hot. I just pulled it back in. Pulled the truck in the shop here. So what I'm gonna do now is, I know the solenoid works, I know the pump works, the pressure thing, we'll figure that out after. I'm kind of hoping that the lines are completely empty and there is no return. So what I'm hoping is when I get this in, put down into like a container or whatever so it'll catch the methanol, I'll have the pump turned on, it'll prime the pressure up, and then I can turn on the solenoid, and that I'm hoping will build the pressure correctly, showing me that my sensor is correct and everything is working as it should. Hey, let's try it again. Let's see what it's going to do. I have the pieces put down here. I should stuff a rag in the end of that actually. There we go. Just to stop any atomization from getting out there. And everything else is good to go, so let's just refresh that. What I'd mostly like to see today is it actually spraying? I know the solenoid worked, I know the pump works, the pressure sensor, questionable whether it works or not correctly. It is a $25 Amazon sensor, so who knows. Here we go, live data. Okay, the rail pressure is still apparently 68 pounds, which I don't really believe. I don't really believe that, because I opened the solenoid, so you would think that if there was any pressure in the rail at all, it would have kind of pushed it out through the solenoid. So anyway, let's go back to the test section. I am going to turn the pump to on. There we go. Man, it's got a healthy brrr sound to it, doesn't it? So right now it's reading 82 pounds. Let's just turn on the solenoid for a second. So I'm going to force the duty cycle to 10% again. And we've got no methanol. So I'm going to go 50%. Oh, that scared me. My God. I'll just go 20%. 30. 40. I'll just try 50 again. Still nothing. 70. Okay, we've got noise. All right, we've got methanol flowing. It sounds super inconsistent, like it's jumping around a lot. But it is flowing methanol. So now that that is open, let's see what the pressure says now. Still 84 pounds. Let's just go 70. And see what the pressure says. Now it's jumping around 79, 80 pounds. Okay, so not exactly sure what that's all about, but dude, it put out a lot of methanol. Like, look how much it put out in just those couple seconds. That is crazy. I'm just gonna turn the pump back off. I don't know if that's a normal noise where it's like, brrr, like pulse, 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 pulse. I don't know about that. Is it PWMing the pump? I'll have to ask Zach about that. This is gonna be more of a sciencing video than actually accomplishing anything, I would say. I'd kind of like to see what the spray pattern looks like. I would like to see that. Got the charge tube taken off. I've just got the whole setup here like this, and I have a bucket. This is about the safest thing that I can see to spray methanol in. I want to get an idea of what the spray pattern looks like. Zach wrote me back and said he believes it's a diaphragm pump, so that makes sense for it to be doing the pulsing or whatever. And the solenoid itself is going to pulse anyway, so I guess it's really not that much difference. Let's give that some slack there. Give this some slack, get it around here where we can all see. And yes, we can see. I'm just going to turn that pump on. And then I'm going to give it 50%. Weird, isn't it? We give it 60. Oh my gosh. Oh, that really atomizes. Holy, that's like dangerous. Let's do it again. Yep, that's nuts. Wow. I realized I actually do have a gauge. This one goes up to 300 PSI. It's a compression testing gauge, so, well, let's see if it lives. Let's just turn on the pump quickly. Oh. Okay, so yep, it's definitely making 200 PSI on average. Okay, so that's great right now. Okay, perfect. We can see it right now. It's sitting at 175 PSI. So my $25 Amazon gauge obviously didn't work. Okay then. I'm a lot happier that this doesn't work correctly than if my pump didn't work correctly though. Got a couple updates here. This injector PWM was set to 50 because it was set for the other injectors. The methanol percent mix was, I think it was 50 or 60. Anyway, I changed it to 99. It's gonna be 100% methanol anyway. And the injector size right here was 36, and Zach did the math real quick, and it came out to 39.6 per injector because we had to divide by 3. We're just basically tricking the UI into thinking it's injectors again. Also, I set the duty cycle to start spraying at 108 kPa. Max kPa is when it's going to hit 100% duty cycle. That's 165 kPa. So it's going to start at spraying at just over atmospheric, and it's going to be all in at 165 kPa. And before, the highest I could get was like 80 or 85% duty cycle, and right now we can spray 100 because just leave the solenoid open. Let her go at 200 PSI. The gauge thing, I'm still not quite sure about. Right now, weirdly enough, rail pressure says minus 9.3, while we have a healthy... Oh, wait. I'm dumb. It's not plugged in. Anyway, still not quite sure why the sensor doesn't match what this gauge is telling me. Gauge tells me pump's beautiful. Happy with that. I don't know if it's just the way the sensor or the UI is interpreting the sensor's voltages. That is very, very possible what that is. So I'll figure that out after. But as of right now, I just want to test that solenoid and see if it likes 20 hertz a lot more than it liked 50. Also, I got like my whole forearm soaked with methanol, which is not great. Wear gloves and stay away from electronics. Do as I say, not as I do apparently. Anyway, I did wash my hands with soap and water, and I'm going to try to do this a little more effectively. Let's try those updated settings. What I'm going to do to make this a little bit less poisonous is I'm just gonna lay this rag over the hose like that. I've got my windshield wash bottle there. We'll be able to see if it sprays. And I'm just gonna go 10%. Oh, what did it do, I wonder? Did it trip a DP fault? Oh, I bet it did because I got the sensor unplugged. Okay, we're in a real world test scenario. Oh yeah, yep, pressure fault. Look at that, yellow light is on. So that means we're in a boost cut. Okay, I love when this stuff happens actually. Oh boy, calm down. All right, relax. Anyway, where are we at? Settings. Methanol, live data. Yep, rail DP fault, boost cut retention, critical low. Isn't that awesome? It never did start because the pressure never rose. Pretty cool. Okay, we are back and fault status is none, so that's good. Just gonna come down here to the testing. I'm gonna turn off the DP and pressure ready faults. Gonna have the injectors to forced on and give it 10%, see what it does. And it seems like it may be spraying. Oh, it is not spraying at all actually. Let's go back, turn that off. Okay, now it's back off again. So it's obviously not liking the frequency that it's at. All right, I just set it to 25 hertz and just got to go down here. Where am I? I can never find exactly where I need to be. All right, so force on, I'm just going to go 20%. Nope, still not working. Let's go 30. Oh, okay, it sprays at 30 now. It is inconsistent. Let's try 40. 40 is basically dead on. So that's a lot lower than what it was. So that's actually good to see. Let's change it to, I'll go 30 hertz and hit save on that. Basically what I need to do is make sure that the pintle is opening, closing correctly, not too fast or too slow, and we're gonna get a good spray. So let's go 20, still nothing, 30, oh, a little bit, 40. 40 is still a little bit inconsistent. I don't know. I'm not super familiar with this, but I'm just gonna keep trying. I'll go 35 PWM frequency, and I should update that to 100% methanol again. Come back down here, and I'm going to try 20% again, just where we started. Still nothing. 30, nothing. 40. Super inconsistent now, so it might be too high now. This is the back and forth that we have to do. So let's go, I don't know, let's try 15 hertz just for a laugh. I don't know how this stuff works. And if I damage it, it's nobody's fault but mine. The one fun thing that I'm seeing here is that I'm making changes and they're actually having an effect. All right, so I'm gonna start at 20 again. Oh, I really like that a lot better, look. Let's try 10. Nope, 10 doesn't work. Let's try 30. Oh yeah, it's really pushing it in. 40. And let's just go 90 for those, why not? Oh wow, it's really, oh, that sprays a lot of methanol. Holy. Well, let's go 100. Oh, it's really spraying it out there. That's nuts. So it really does like the higher frequency a lot more, or the higher duty cycle, from what I can see. So let's just try 10 hertz frequency and 10. Hit save on that. I don't even know if you guys can see this. I might be just talking. Nobody hears me. Just gonna hit save again. Let's see if it likes 10% now. Oh, it's barely doing anything. Let's go 20. Oh, it's really slow now. Do you hear that? 30. Yeah, it's almost too slow now. I'm kind of getting the idea of what the hertz means or frequency means. So let's go to 15 again. Let's just try 18 for a laugh. Why not? Obviously, the higher the frequency, the better it's going to atomize, because it's opening and closing faster and it's not going to be like a pulse. I'm learning as I'm going here now, but let's see if it likes 10 now. Nope, still not. 20. Ooh, it's almost there. I think we're getting close to where it needs to be. Let's try 22. I don't want it to be too slow, so it's like and then it's inconsistent. That's no good. I'd love to get it down to that 10% to work. Now 20 doesn't work. 30 does work. Weird. I mean, if I have to get the hertz in the right place, the frequency in the right place, and then start spraying at 20% duty cycle, I'm fine with that. I don't really care. It'll just give it more methanol early, which again, it'll just displace fuel. It's not loving that. 30 does work. I don't know. If you guys have suggestions or know the exact numbers that this is supposed to run at, I'd love to know. It's not hot. It is cold. Even after all that testing, it isn't hot at all. The coil isn't, or like the body of it doesn't feel hot. So that's a good sign for me. This is only going to be running for a max of 15 seconds. So that's something, I guess. So at 25 hertz, 30% is sporadic. I don't know, man. I'm just going to set it at 20. And I'll revisit that. I'm revisiting this again this morning. My phone ran out of storage last night, so I had to go and delete a bunch of stuff. Anyway, so I was talking to Zach about the hertz setting up here, and I had it, the lowest I had it set to was 10 hertz, and 10% duty cycle still wouldn't work. So Zach said, keep going down until something works. So right now I have it at 8 hertz, and watch what happens. So I force on, I'll just give it 10%. Look at that. It is atomizing, it's pulsing, which I'm not sure if that's great, but watch when I go to 100. Look at that. That is really putting out the methanol. So if I go 50, it's still pulsing, which of course it's a diaphragm pump, so it pulses, and it's a solenoid that pulses. So is that going to be an issue with atomization and stuff like that? I have no idea. But I mean, my fuel injectors did essentially the same thing. They were on, off. So no, they were at 50 hertz, so they were fast. But I think I'm going to call this a success at the moment. That's pretty exciting. Look at that. We have actual atomization. Now, if I go lower, it goes way slower. It's like duh, 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 duh. If I go too high, then it just dribbles out methanol. And 8 is right where it's consistent. So if I delete that and go 9 and hit save now, and then come down here and go 10% duty cycle, it's working, but it wasn't consistent the last time I did it. Let's see what 20 looks like and see what 100 looks like. Still good, but when I get to 10, and I come up here to 10% duty cycle, it's very inconsistent. So I'm gonna leave it at 8. I did try 9 a minute ago and it didn't work. I wanna try it again just to see, because if I can get it to be a little bit faster, I'd be fine with that. I don't know. I don't know if I like 9. Let's go back to 8. I know 8 hertz is slow, but it is pulsing 200 psi, so. All right, I'm gonna try between 8 and 9 and see what I like best, but as of right now, I have pulsing. Oh, let's check the gauge pressure. Let's just put the pump on and see what the gauge pressure says now. I did update it, but I don't know if it's exactly right or not. No, it still says 87 psi, so I've got to get the settings updated for that. Okay, turn off. There we go. I gotta get the settings updated for the sensor. I tried in the sensor calibration thing, but I don't know if I'm doing it right, so I messaged Zach and he'll tell me if it's right or not. But as of right now, we have methanol spraying. The UI is working awesome. Pump is working awesome. To be totally honest, it should just spray with this sensor, because all the settings now are set to 50 psi and it's making 80. So as long as it works, I really don't care that much. Let's just see. Can you see any of this? Yeah, kind of. Let's see if the spray curve stayed the same. Spray curve is correct. Yep, that's great. Oops, wrong way. So I just tested the green LED, and oddly enough, it pulses with the firing of the solenoid. Isn't that funny? That's supposed to be like a status on. It's working, and it's pulsing, which is fine. I really don't care, but it's funny how it did that. So I bet you that's just a little code setting or something. So Zach, the status or the gauge check, green light doesn't work, and when it's firing, it fires with the speed of the solenoid. Neat. Other than the sensor calibration thing, that's pretty much it. Beautiful. After we get those little bugs sorted out, it's time for actual field testing.